Yep, I ain't a quitter. I've been tempered and molded into an unbreakable sphere of fortitude. Initially, when Modern Warfare 3 came out, I wanted to go and unlock all of the mastery camos. For the Modern Warfare 3 weapons, for the Modern Warfare 2 weapons, I did the zombies as well. But one thing eluded me. The Grand Mastery Charm. Now, what is the Grand Mastery Charm? It's just that. It is only a Grand Mastery Charm. People don't even care or notice. I've unlocked this thing before, and no one notices or cares or mentions at all. But for myself and the completionist in me, I must at the very least complete the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer Grand Mastery Challenge. And that is to get over 1,000 kills with every single weapon in the game. Right there, you can see that I have the Modern Warfare 2 one. If I was able to sit through Modern Warfare 2 and do it, I can absolutely sit through Modern Warfare 3. Not only is Modern Warfare 3 more fast-paced and you're able to just get more kills in general, but you also just have to get less kills. You have to work a lot less than you even needed to do back on Modern. I believe I am currently at 9 weapons completed out of 30, what is it? Out of 37. So I've already made decent progress on it. But I had some people making comments at me recently saying things like, hey man, happy you're playing something other than Call of Duty, but you didn't finish that. And you know what? You're right. I didn't finish it. So I'm gonna get back into it. And when that accomplishment comes through, it's like beating an Elden Ring boss. Now I kind of just want to go play Elden Ring again. So if you enjoy the Call of Duty content, let me know down in the comment section and by leaving a like on this video. And also, if you're new here, subscribe. I upload basically every single day, and there's a whole variety of stuff coming. Just needs a little bit of time. I did contemplate at least doing like a one-off Bloodborne video just to like feel the game, but overall, main reason why I don't play Bloodborne is mostly because of that 30 FPS shit. It is so bad that it's capped at 30 FPS, but there have been rumors that there's supposed to be a remake coming or a remaster or some PC version eventually, but those rumors have been around literally for so many years. I think it's been like 9 years since they ended up releasing that shit. Even if you played on the PS5, there's no 60 FPS mode, there's nothing, which is super unfortunate because it's a very, very fun game, I'm sure. I can't experience it. I know I sound like a snob saying I can't play 30 FPS games. I can play a 30 FPS game if it's like a story game, right? But a game where you actually have to perform and react to things, and I am not doing that on a Souls game. I wouldn't even play Elden Ring if that shit was on 30. Now, I'm not usually a huge snob about it. Like, there were a lot of people talking about how bad Dragon's Dogma 2's graphics are. At least they're saying they look bad. I think the graphics look great. The game doesn't run amazingly, but I think it's because the game is just, it looks very good to me. Maxed out anyway. It ain't the best looking game I've ever played in my life, but people exaggerate like crazy for real. Saying things look like PS3 games and shit. Like, I don't think they actually remember what a PS3 game looks like. There are some games that I'm looking forward to in the future though. Like, I didn't make a video on Rise of Ronin because it came out on the same day as Dragon's Dogma, and Dragon's Dogma's like whole drama and everything completely overshadowed it, and I just never got around to playing it. I watched a couple other people play it, but I knew that I wouldn't be able to finish it or anything unless I truly fell in love with it, and after watching it, I probably wouldn't have. It's not that it looks bad. It looks solid, actually. A lot better than a lot of other people were saying. Again, talking about the graphics and stuff like that, I think the game looks pretty good. There's some spots that are a little, you know, not amazingly polished, but it looks pretty good. But I mean, there's a lot of games that are still coming out this year, like besides the Elden Ring DLC, which is probably the biggest one, to be honest with you. There's been a lot of info though, like, so I didn't make any Diablo 4 videos, something that I'm excited for. Diablo 4 ended up announcing some big changes that are coming to their PTR, and we'll be able to try them out in like a little bit over a week or something. So that'll be nice. Never made a video on it or anything, but that'll be fun for me. Hopefully it's not complete shit anyway. What's that other game that's kind of, it's not really a Souls-like, but kind of? Stellar Blade. Everyone's just sitting there talking about the ass cheeks on the character. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and be mad about it, you know what I mean? But at the same time, are we really buying this shit because we're this down bad? Because I'm gonna be honest, I mean, after watching the gameplay, if you avoided Rise of Ronin and then are picking Stellar Blade, you are not playing games for the same reasons I am. Which is fine, but I'm just gonna stop listening to you. You are easily swayed, I'll just say that. You see some cheeks and all of a sudden this is the greatest game you've ever played in your life. If you haven't seen any gameplay of Stellar Blade, well, don't worry, you probably have. You just probably didn't realize that there was actually a gameplay loop to this game other than getting shots of the character's ass, which is, again, completely fine, but where is the actual gameplay? So I've seen the actual gameplay. Now here's the thing, I'm probably gonna make a video on it, just because, just like variety stuff. In terms of new games, I'd like to play more often. Gameplay itself, it looks mid at best. I think Stellar Blade is like April 26th. Another one that I'd like to make at least one video on is Hellblade 2. I'm hoping that the game is more or less the same, but just a little less drawn out. And I mean, there was, I swear, like 2 hours extra of just straight hacking and slashing at shit, stuck in my character's brain, fighting demons and shit. Like 2+ hours, way too long. But I always love the style of Hellblade. But I always love the style of Hellblade and how all the cool symbolic shit, and it's very intense. It's a really intense game. Also, multiverses. Now, I'm still playing Tekken. That's the only fighting game I'm playing at the moment is Tekken. Although I don't play it, you know, it's on and off. Not really like a ton. At least not as heavily as like the first couple weeks. Mortal Kombat, I just kind of hop back on it for, you know, new characters and stuff like that. Now, again, Ermac might change that. Now, when does Ermac come out? But past those other fighting games, multiverses. That was something that was actually pretty popular on my channel. People really enjoyed watching it. I'm still not the biggest fan of platformer fighting games, to be honest with you. be like those Smash-like types. I'm just not really a fan of it. My favorite definitely is the 3D fighters like Tekken or Soul Calibur and stuff like that. Just after I played it, yeah, followed by the 2D fighters, and then probably like the 2D anime Marvel vs. Capcom type of stuff. Then platformers are probably at the bottom for me. I'm not playing Estate, by the way. No, Multiverses will come out fully. I don't really know what's actually different though. They said that they updated some things. There's obviously going to be new characters, but they were releasing new characters during the whole beta period that we were playing. A lot of people for some reason thought that Multiverses like ended up shutting down, but it never shut down. They just like, they did their beta and then the beta was done. And then they went into actually like updating the game and upgrading stuff, and hopefully the netcode will feel nice and the game overall feels good. So I remember initially how the game felt, how I learned it, and then there was like this patch that they had where they updated the netcode or something like that, and the game felt really weird and bad at certain points, and then eventually they ended up tuning it and fixing it and stuff like that, but it ultimately didn't seem like it made a massive difference. With that said, I'm sure that it was needed. But now after they had already done that, what are they gonna do now? Is it a whole other, you know, network upgrade thing or what? I don't know. Looking forward to it though. Excited for it. Multiverse's full release, that's in May, around 2 months from now. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is gonna come out in June. That'll definitely be like at least a few weeks of content. Just a bunch of bullshit. And then on top of that, you can add the mods onto the DLC runs. I might enjoy it so much as well where I would just start another new character over, play through the main game into the DLC as a singular run, because the first time that I played, I already had my run done. It's just sitting there waiting for the DLC. But I want to experience a full-blown, full run, just like when Dark Souls 3 got their DLCs and everything. It just adds on to the game. Oh, hold on, I got gold already. Now I'm gonna switch to this one.
Ready to deploy.
Sit right here. Since these guys spent so much time and effort on trying to get my last turret, I'm gonna leave it up there. And I'm just gonna talk about the shit I like. Also, Black Myth Wukong ended up recently releasing some sort of trailer that showed more, I think it was an Unreal 5 engine showcase on like new tech or something like that. And at the end of it, they ended up showing gameplay, like raw gameplay of what they got at the moment. And it seems like they ended up listening to some feedback from people. One of the complaints that people were having was that the attacks didn't seem like they had that much impact. And I mean, you're playing as Wukong, one of the most powerful beings in all of the human lore. There's no impact when he's sitting there beating the shit out of some of these bosses. Black Myth Wukong seems like it's gonna be good. I'm hoping that I'm gonna like that one. Definitely have more hopes for that over, you know, Rise of Ronin or Stellar Blade, that's for sure. Just my opinion, I could be wrong. Great help, team. GG, Jeff. Wait. Oh, and then this dude goes and shoots my body. Hey, how about you work on trying to go at least double positive once? On top of that, I'm using weapons that are so unserious. So now we swap over to the platinum on here, get 200 kills. Then this Bruin, how much progress did we make on that? Halfway through the platinum on there as well. So made good progress on both of them. And then past that, Black Myth Wukong is in like August, like mid-August or something. August 20th, actually. Silent Hill 2, I don't know when that is gonna have a release date or whatever. I have no idea when that's supposed to be. Obviously, GTA was announced, but that's not gonna be out until 2025, so, and we don't even have to speculate about it. It's just gonna be insanely good. There has never been a truly bad GTA game. They even have their own charm if they have like shitty elements to them. Like, it's not the perfect game, don't get me wrong. Silent Hill 2 looks good. Some of the Silent Hill fans, like hardcore fans, are like, you know, this is against the whole over-the-shoulder action-y type of thing, is really not a Silent Hill thing. You guys are trying to be Resident Evil. I totally understand that whole sentiment, but I do think that it looks pretty promising. And I do agree that, you know, it does kind of diminish it a little bit, you know, by making people immediately look at that and then just go, oh, this is like Resident Evil. Just from the camera alone. Could definitely hurt Silent Hill as a series, but I think it looks pretty good though. Until Dawn announced that they have a PC version of the game coming. I don't know if it's exactly like a remaster or whatever, but now I know what's the point of replaying it if I had already done it. I'm just gonna play through Until Dawn again. I think I saved everybody. Or maybe not. I can't remember which games I actually saved people on anymore. Man of Medan, for example, I ended the series with me, you know, saving everybody, but there was a moment where literally, if you miss one QTE at a specific time out of your multi-hour playthrough, everyone in the game is dead. That is ridiculous. I think that happened with another one of the games as well. I think I got Until Dawn perfect though. So we'll see how I do this time around. We'll see how I'll see how I do this time around. I don't think I'm gonna watch any refresher or anything. I'm just gonna wing it. Obviously, I could just sit there and watch my own video back and then save everybody all over again. But that might not work out either because they're saying that there's gonna be new events and new scenes and stuff. Now, I don't know if that means new ways for people to die or there's new death scenes. If there are new death scenes, how do they interlink with all of the other things? Is the general way to save everybody still the same or no? So watching it back might not even help me. Now, I should make the same choices based on it, but you never know. I mean, your state of mind mind at the time that you're playing the game could definitely play heavily into it. So, I mean, who knows? It's been so many years later at this point, might be a little bit more cynical. There's also that other game that's very similar to Until Dawn, another Dark Pictures game. I had somebody that left a comment that said, dude, play more Dark Pictures games. I've played them all, besides the VR shit, and I'm not playing VR. I'm just gonna get sick if I play it. It just was never my thing, was never interested in VR becoming a real thing. I don't play video games to move. I don't want to move. The Dark Pictures Directive 80/20, that was announced a good while ago. I ended up looking over at Supermassive's Twitter, and apparently they had a bunch of layoffs and shit back in February. A lot of the entire video game industry was getting layoffs about a month ago, and Supermassive was a part of that. So I don't know if that did something to the whole schedule that they were having or what. They were saying that they were trying to have 2 games come out a year, and I don't think that they've met that yet. So it would suck if we only got 1 Dark Pictures, but we're technically getting, you know, 2 story horror games with Until Dawn Remaster and whenever this Dark Pictures game comes out. Unless for some reason that whole Until Dawn thing isn't ready to come out in 2024. I don't know. And then also Mortal Kombat 1 with Ermac. But yeah, I'm back into the grind. Honestly, feels good. Feels super familiar. It's nice to not really think about what I'm doing with my hands or anything in the game. I'm not stressed about a boss killing me. I'm not stressed about my build. I just go. Feels good to be back.